This the Parshat Yitro. Yitro is where the Torah was given. By the Torah, it says right before the Ten Commandments, God says, "Vayadaber Elokim es kol davrim elo lemor." God spoke all of these words to say. Now, usually when it says to say, it means that God spoke privately to Moses, and he told Moses, "Vayadaber Hashem Moshe lemor," to say over to the Jewish people. But here, all the Jewish people were there, even the past generations, even the future generations. All the Jewish souls were there at Mount Sinai. Frecht asked the commentators on the Torah, what does it mean here to say that God said all these words on Mount Sinai to say? Umatom, usually when it says that God spoke to Moses, whatever, to say, it means that Moses should say these words to the Jews, which didn't hear them. But by Mount Sinai, it says, because all the Jews were there, when all the Jews heard, even the past generations, all the souls of all the Jews that passed away, all the Jews that are going to be, says all the souls were there and they all heard. Heint, so now, what does it mean to say? Who was there to say to who? Men can know, men can nitzagen. You cannot say that. Let me see. Let's make a little bigger. We cannot say as thus as to leave. This is because of the future generations. Why? Because by Mount Sinai it says also the future generations were also there. All the souls were there. And for Toiften says there's the Mezrich Magid says the Shoseden as their inyan from Matan Torah. The whole idea of giving the Torah was drawing the 10 commandments, a sort of devorot, the 10 commandments from the Torah into the Asar Maimorot, the 10 utterances that God made to create the world. The 10 commandments are mentioned here. And in the beginning of creation, right in the beginning of the Bible, there's 10 utterances that God created the world. In other words, to bring the reason for the world, that's the Torah, is the reason for the world, into the world. Via says, bavus, like it's known, what it means on the sentence, asara hakaf, b'shekel HaKodesh. It says when the tabernacle was opened up, so all of the heads of the tribes, the leaders of each tribe, they brought the same sacrifices. And finally, in the end, it says that how much did they weigh? It says each spoon that they brought, asara hakaf b'shekel HaKodesh, says each spoon was 10, the spoon. Okay, so it says 10. Why 2 times 10? So the sentence can be taken out of context. That it's talking about 10, that the 10 means the 10 utterances that God made the world with are equal u'makuven, and they are exactly according to the 10 commandments that God gave in Mount Sinai. In other words, to permeate the entire world with godliness. And therefore, state it says v'yadaber lemor. That's why it says v'yadaber Elokim. That's the 10 commandments. Lemor, those are the 10 mamarot, the 10 utterances that God created the world with. Mamshich, the v'yadaber, the 10 utterances, the 10 commandments of God, into lemor, into the 10 utterances that God created the world with. They're in from them and voted. What does it mean? What are we supposed to do? As their Torah, the light of the Torah, the 10 commandments, has to illuminate also in the world, the 10 utterances that God created the world with. Nitvede, not according to those people, which think that the Torah is a besondere, that the Torah is one thing, a religious book, und Welt is a besondere Sache, and the religion and the world is a separate thing. Zayin dikim de Safiva, from Torah, when you're in a Torah surrounding, veter zayin a Torah Yid, then you act like a Torah Jew. Kumen dik and Welt, but when you go into the world, you have to go according to the world. There was a saying by these people, these were what they call the enlightened people, the whole beginning of non-religious Judaism, non-religious normative Judaism, that you have to be Adam Yehudi bebeitecha va'adam b'tzeitecha. You have to be a Jew when you're home and a man when you're in the street. Says the Rebbe, this is wrong. This is improper, because the world is not a separate thing from the Torah. Ha'olam, the world, according to this, stel from Welt und the Pirongin from Welt, Pirongin from the world. When you're in the world, you have to go according to the world, and you have to live according to the way the customs, whatever, of the world are. As all that all the things in the world should be according to the Torah. That's what it means, 10:10, that the 10 utterances should be permeated with the 10 commandments. They're not two separate things. Man read it nit wegen devorim. We're not talking about forbidden things that you shouldn't do forbidden. Of course you shouldn't do. Thus is that's obvious. If you live according to the Torah, that you don't eat pork, or you don't steal, you don't lie. That's obvious. That's not what it's coming to. The Maggid of Measures is coming to tell it. As this, what you're not allowed to do, of course you shouldn't do. Men made it means when we say putting the 10 commandments into the 10 utterances of the world, we mean even in the things that are permissible, optional things. And darf nit sein kein hanachas ha'olam. You shouldn't act like the world acts. Balabatish hanachas. Nor the hanachas, say whatever you want to, do whatever you want to, as long as it's not an obvious sin. Hanachas from Torah, right? To look for permissions, wherever you can find. It's okay according to the Torah. You don't have to wear a kippah on your head. You don't have to wear tzitzis all the time. You can find a way. You don't have to have a beard. You don't have to, right? All these things you can find permissions for everything, looking to be lenient in every aspect. Says the Rebbe, that's not the way. That's not what it means. The 10 commandments are supposed to be in every aspect of the world. The world is God's world. It's not our world. Thus is oich v'shtei, what it says, hayatad lidimati lechem v'yom v'layla v'amor amay kol hayom ayeh alokecha. That's what King David said, that I cried day and night because people were saying to me all day long, where is your God? Says the Rebbe, I want to translate it a little bit different way. I had tears. Tears were my bread day and night. Why? Er is a zoifil fabrid. He was so bitter, King David. His demons that the bread became, that his tears became bread. Tears are in the place of bread. Like it's a known thing that if a person is bitter, if a person is depressed, far bitter, the bittered, then wirkt him on filled, then he has no desire to eat. His tears take the place of his bread. And King David, what was King David so bitter about? Well, from was came for bitterkeit. Where was he so bitter? Because it says later on, the Omar lie, because people say to me, not that people say to me all day, where's your God? Doesn't go the all day, doesn't go on what they say to me. They say to me the whole day, people are saying to me, where's your God? No, people say to me the whole day, where's your God? Where's God the whole rest of the day? When you're praying, when you're doing commandments, you got God. But what about the rest of the day? Where is God? That's what I'm crying about. Where is your God? Your God means where is your life? Where is your interest? Where is your power and your pleasure in life? And where is Eloku? And where is your God? Hashem Elokecha. Havaya is Lamaila. God is above time and above place. It's above the whole entire world. Nothing in the world should affect you in a negative way. This is your God, your power in your life. Nochmer, even more. Anochi Hashem Elokecha. It says the first of the 10 commandments, I am God, your God. I means I, the essence of God, which is not hinted at any name or any letter, such as pure godliness. This is accessible to every Jew. Thus is Elokecha. This should be your life. Every moment of your life should be enlivened not by your food that you eat and the money that you make. It's good to have food, but you have to realize that what's enlivening you is the godliness which is in the food. The godliness is in the money. Use the money and make the money the way God wants. And the rest of your life, when the energy that you have, use it for things that God wants. That God wants. Be pleasant, be honest, say things of Torah. And thus, man, this is what it means. This is what is demanded from every Jew. All day long, where is your God? What is your God all the rest of the day? The feeling from I am God, your God, vu is there, where is it by you in the rest of the day? right? Only when you're praying, only when you hear a lecture or something, you think about God. But the rest of the time, you're thinking about yourself. Now, of course, this is a natural thing. And the Rebbe is demanding a lot from us, but that's what a Jew is. A Jew is a person that every minute of his life, he feels that he is a representative of the creator of the universe, and that he should use the universe. He should be in the universe. He should have a family. He should make jokes, be happy, dance, be alive. But it has to be on God's terms, and it has to be on good things. Das was heard on that which is the Ochni and Gomer Tashir. That's what you do. When you feel God, when you're praying, or when you learn, or when a person is sitting with his friends and talking about godliness. Das is the kavanah. That's not the whole reason why God created the world. Das hat men gekent oisfiren euch min malachim. God had the angels. The angels are always praising God all the time. They have no tests. They're always dealing with godliness. God wants his praises. Then he has the angels, doesn't need people. The idea of people is that they're in the world. The idea of people, that people come down into physical bodies, is in order to refine your body, your nature, your character, and the world around you. Varum, because the soul itself, it doesn't have to be fixed up at all until it is desired it is demanded from a person. Man, as the ganzer tug, the whole entire day, from the time when you wake up, and the time when you eat, when the time you drink, and the time when you do business, and the time when you're talking with other people. Zol zayin bayim, it should be a way of Elokecha. Azoi vi eralein hat es verstanden, like you understood in the time when you're praying, etc. That's how you should feel God the whole rest of the day. That's what it means. 10:10. Why God said lay more, says Vayadaber Hashem. That's the 10 commandments. Eser divorot shevayadaber Hashem lay more into the 10 utterances. In other words, to every fiber and instant of the world, your intention should be: I am a Jew. I'm going to act, speak, and think like a Jew. Okay, now we're going to go to do the Yom Yom. Just one moment.